He hath made my chain heavy. Also when I cry and shout, he shutteth out my prayer. He hath enclosed my way.
Because I've been doing a lot. I pray a lot. I pray that this man be taken down. Next day, this devil's still here. Because the Most High is subject unto his own prophecies. So we have to wait. We have to deal with it, man. Go ahead.
He hath enclosed my ways with hewn stone. He hath made my paths crooked. He was unto me as a bear lying in wait, and as a lion in secret places. He hath.
Well, that was Zimmerman against Trayvon Martin. He was like a bear lurking in secret places, man. Go ahead.
He hath turned aside my ways and pulled me in pieces. He hath made me desolate. He hath bent his bow and set me as a mark for the arrow. He hath caused the arrows of his quiver to enter into my reins. I was a derision to all my people.
Yeah, I was a derision to all my people. Look up the word derision.
Yep, the Hebrew word there for derision is shakwa, wakwa. Shaka wakwa. It says laughing.
Laughing?
Yeah, laughter, laughing stock, mocking, derision, laughter.
Yeah, because you got a lot of these bootleg camps. They're laughing and they making mockery of the true camp, which are the men of GMS. They're calling us bums, man. We in hell. What the hell are you talking about? We're bums, man. Your mama's a bum. All right? And you going that whole thing that you guys set up, Nate, is gonna come to nothing, man. You got these two clowns. I forget their names. They came back to the school. They were down with Barack Shaw. And then they came back. They've been down with Barack Shaw since 2010 when the split happened. And then these guys crawled back to Nate, man. And you can see Nate, boy, he was leaning back, boy. He was like, boy, he was licking his chops off of that. Them guys came down smiling at Nate, kept looking to one guy, kept looking back at Nate, smiling, talking about we asking for forgiveness and this, that, and the other. And there's one key thing that this guy said. He said, we see the growth. He said, we see the unity and we see the growth. Because that's what Jakes flock to, man.
Right.
That's what they flock to, man. They flock to something that looks like that's the new thing, man. And that's why when you go back to the beginning at One West, when I went to One West was a little hole in the wall, man. We didn't even have an air conditioner in that school. I mean, a big class would be like 20 people. If we had 20 people any night, that's a big class. A lot of people here. And it went from like 20 people per class to about a couple thousand people, man. And then guess what? They had a school down the street. They had all these different things going. And what happened? It all crumbled, man. It all crumbled. So the reason why these two Jakes went back to Nate is because they see the so-called progress, man. Thinking that gain is godliness. The Lord must be with those guys because they're doing so well. And like I said, that's why people flock to something. Because it has numbers. But all those numbers that you have, Nate, and all you other bootleg Israelites, it's going to come to naught, man. Because you ain't teaching the scriptures right. And then you have a major spell over those. I can see it. I can see that there's an actual spell on those guys, man. You're an enchanter, man. You're a soothsayer. You're a damn warlock, a black warlock. And we watch your videos, and we can see all the holes in your doctrines, on your doctrine. I should say doctrines, because one minute you're doing a video where you're talking down that Jake ain't about nothing, to hell with Jake, and the next video, we got to help all of Israel. Read that again.
I was a derision to all my people and their song all the day long.
Right. I was a derision, laughter, a mockery to all my people, and a song all the day long. Go ahead.
He hath filled me with bitterness. He hath made.
Wait a minute. Angry. You got another guy talking about you got these angry, bitter Israelites. Moses said we were going to be filled. Lamentation said it. I mean, Jeremiah said it, that we were filled with bitterness. Read that again.
That's right.
He hath filled me with bitterness.
Yeah, so wait a minute. Was it going to stop? Did it say he was filled with bitterness until you do 20 years in this truth? Then everything's going to start looking bright? It didn't say that. Scripture says this in Hebrews, this is not your rest. Go ahead. Read that again.
He hath filled me with bitterness. He hath made me drunken with wormwood. He hath also broken my teeth with gravel stones. He hath covered me with ashes. And thou hast removed my soul far off from peace.
Thou hast removed my soul so far from peace. All right? Go ahead.
I forgot prosperity.
I forgot prosperity. Because you got Nate trying to be a prosperous Israelite like the churches, man. So what is the first thing he does? He applies for a 501c3 tax exempt status and the charter with the government. Go ahead.
And I said, my strength and my hope is perished from the Lord. Remembering.
And that's what it feels like, man. It feels like the Lord ain't never going to deliver us, man. Hey, that's why the Lord said, Yahweh Shai said, he that in Matthew 24, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. And so if things are running super smooth for you, man, how you going to endure? Endure what? I mean, it's not as hard for us as it was years back. It's a little bit easier, you know, because we're grounded in this thing. We're used to this thing. Go ahead.
Remembering mine affliction and my misery, the wormwood and the gall. My soul hath them still in remembrance and is humbled in me. This I recall to my mind, therefore have I hope.
This I recall to my mind, therefore have I hope. You hope for something. Go ahead.
It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, saith my soul. Therefore will I hope in him. The Lord is good unto them that wait for him, to the soul that seeketh him. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord.
Read those last two verses.
The Lord is good unto them that wait for him, to the soul that seeketh him.
So you guys that went back into the world, one guy made a statement, I wasted X amount of years in this nonsense. Go ahead.
It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord. It is good for a man that he bear the yoke in his youth. He sitteth alone and...
Read that again.
It is good for a man that he bear the yoke in his youth.
Now, the new brothers that came into our camp within the last 5-6 years, they're all young. For the most part, they're young guys, man. Young guys. Guys that were watching us from the age of 17, 18, 19, and probably came in the following year. Now they're in their 20s. Read that again.
It is good for a man that he bear the yoke in his youth. He sitteth alone and keepeth silence, because he hath borne it upon him. He putteth his mouth in the dust, and if so be there may be hope. He giveth his cheek to him that smiteth him. He is filled full with reproach. For the Lord will not cast off forever. But
Yeah, we know that the Lord will not cast off forever. Eventually, the Most High is going to deliver us out of this hellhole